let's assume,
Okay.
let's just assume that National Assembly passes it and it becomes a law all over Nigeria, all across Nigeria. Would you be happy with that law?
I'll actually be neutral because I don't want to. I have plans to settle back to the east. Yes. Yes. Yes, sir.
I didn't ask you what your plans are for the future. I said right now, if I say you have become an indigene of Lagos, how would you feel? Okay, so let me ask you. Okay, so let me ask the second question. The second question is this: What would you feel if you hear that the Fulani is now an indigene of Enugu?
I wouldn't feel bad about it. It would just be like.
Are you sure you want IPOB?
Biafra,
if you hear that the Fulani herders that your people are against, that these Fulani herders are now indigenes of Enugu and Aba, Oka, what will you say?
I'll be okay with it. There's nothing I can do. What?
I'm not saying will you be happy with it? That's what I'm asking. Would you be happy with Fulani men becoming indigenes of Enugu? You hear that a Fulani person, you'll be happy. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your insincere answer. You know how long you went around and around to tell me you'll be happy.
No.
Here's the point. No, but this is what I would say. Here's the point. 99.99999%. No, 100. What am I saying? 100% of the Igbo people will hate the fact that the Fulani is becoming an indigene of Enugu. Why? Because in the last few years, they've been complaining about the activities of the herders.
Yes, I know that.
They would not care. Yeah, they would not care if the Fulani who is becoming an indigene is an herder or not.
The fear
they would not care.
Yeah.
The fear is there. Yeah. That fear, this is why you know this 100%. That fear is the same thing that made them burn down National Open University in Imo State last year. Why? Because IDPs were going to be brought in from the north, not indigenes, IDPs. IDPs would be brought from the north to Imo State. What happened? A building owned by the federal government was burnt down. If in your space you understand how to protect, how to preserve your space, see, you know how to preserve your space. I'm not here to say what you did is bad or good. You know how to preserve your space. You don't want to have IDPs, even though these IDPs, majority of them are not, in fact, they are not Fulani. They are mostly, they are minority groups in the north. They are Hausa, they are Kanuris. They are people who are struggling. The government wants to help. So if you burnt down a federal government infrastructure in your region just because of a rumor, guys, it was a rumor that they were about to bring IDPs from the north into your space. How would that same people now allow those who have fomented trouble in their land to become indigenes of their space? The answer is they will not. I mean, if we are being honest. And should they? The answer is they shouldn't. Why? Because they must be committed to preserving their space. However, whatever is source for the goose also has to be source for the gander. You are preserving your space, and I say all power to you, more grease to your elbow. But I also have a right to preserve my space, and when I begin to talk about preserving my space, do not come to tell me that the majority of my people don't really care about your space. Well, the people that will make the majority of your people own the space are in the National Assembly. It's a present danger, and it's not a personal issue. I don't have any personal problem with any Igbo person. I have no hatred towards anybody. And this is not a platform. I'm not hating on anybody. I'm not insulting anybody. But the point is that do not say that the vast majority of my people do not think this way. Even if they don't, what will make it happen has been in the works for the last 87 years. And why has it not worked? It's not for lack of trying. It's because of the pushbacks.